What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the future of the community days for September and October. We, the community, get to vote for the next 2 community day Pokemon, and if I'm being honest, there's no chance for 2 of the Pokemon to not make it, basically. So our votes are going to be Caterpie, Porygon, Grimer, and Charmander. Now, when it comes to the moves, you guys can head down to the comments to see the links, the link to this post for yourselves. Charmander will be getting Dragon Breath. Caterpie or Butterfree will be getting Hurricane. Muck, both Muck and Alolan Muck will be getting Fire Punch, and Porygon-Z will be getting Tri Attack, which is going to be a new move that we don't know the damage or energy. But let's talk about this real quick. So first, Porygon is going to be a new shiny. As you guys can see over there, that's what the Porygon shiny looks like, and I wasn't able to pull up a good image of Porygon 2 or Porygon-Z shiny, but you guys know it's going to be new. Now, Muck getting Fire Punch really doesn't do a lot for it. The shiny's okay, but it's already in the game. Butterfree as well getting Hurricane. The only reason would be for Great League, and even at that, it's still not good. And then we have Charizard. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never heard someone say, oh man, I wish this Pokemon didn't have Dragon Breath. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, Charizard Mega Evolutions, right, will be coming in Pokemon Go to 2020. If you guys didn't know, they are coming. And Charizard has 2 Mega Evolution forms. It has X and Y. And X has a Dragon typing, which means Dragon Breath then would be stab damage, and this could cause havoc in Go Battle League and be an absolute monster. So we'll have to see about that. Now we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty about these moves, why some of these are bad and why some of these are good. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. What are you guys going to vote for? Me personally, I want to see Porygon and Charizard, if I'm being honest. Muck and Butterfree did not get a good move to really entice me to go, yes, I have to have that Pokemon. I want to have Tri Attack, and I want to have Dragon Breath, and I want another chance at a Hundo shiny Charizard right there. And I know a lot of the community, you guys missed out on community days in the past, so this is going to be a great opportunity to get yourself another Charizard. So let's go ahead and dive right into PvPoke, talking about the updated where these Pokemon will fall, to really get down into the numbers of why some Pokemon are good and why these will be bad. All right, so first we're going to take a look at Charizard. Charizard getting Dragon Breath, I think is going to be very strong. Now, I think it's going to be better in Ultra and Master League, where there's a bit more bulk, which means you can get more damage with Dragon Breath than you could in the Great League. Doesn't mean that Great League couldn't be good. Now, this is Charizard that's not Mega Evolved. This is just the Fire Flying typing. So Fire Spin right here is going to have a 62% win rate on the meta in the one shield against everything in Ultra League. 62%. What Dragon Breath here will do is increase that, which is really cool to see. It's going to have a 68% win rate, which is a big bump up, right? 6% more wins. And you also got to think about, this is a fresh fight in an even shield situation. What if you're in a matchup where you have a Swampert left with low health, and you have your Charizard and you have 1 shield, and you can finish off because you did Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw damage with the Swampert that's low? These are intangibles that we don't know just yet, but Dragon Breath is going to be really nice, especially in some of those losing matchups that we may see. You could still run Fire Spin, right? There's nothing against Fire Spin, but Dragon Breath adds a whole new layer of depth and coverage and team building to that for the Ultra League. Now, when it comes to Charizard in the Master League, again, we're talking not Mega Evolution, because we don't know what the stats or how they're going to be implemented. So all we can look at is normal Charizard. In the Premier Cup, which I think is where it would shine, Fire Spin, Blast Burn, Dragon Claw is going to have a 62% win rate on the meta, similar to Ultra League, right? If we give it the Dragon Breath right here, in the 1 shield situation, it bumps up to 68. So again, another plus 6% win rate, which is huge. Again, some intangibles of health or doing neutral damage to Pokemon that you would otherwise lose to finish off battles. There's a lot that could happen with the Charizard. So from a PvP perspective, purely looking at numbers, Charizard is a solid choice right now. Both getting a 6% bump in just win rates across the board is solid. And like I said, there's intangibles that could happen in your battles. So yeah, a vote for me is definitely going to be going for Charizard, but let's take a look at the other Pokemon. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at Butterfree, and like I said, in the Great League, because there's really not a lot of play with it anywhere else. I've personally never used it. I don't think anyone else ever has, maybe for some spicy fun, but the reason being is Butterfree has a 27% win rate on the meta in the one shield situation, meaning 71% of the time you're just gonna straight up lose to a lot of Pokemon in the Great League, which is why it's not that good. Now if we give Butterfree Hurricane here, what you guys are gonna see is that it bumps up to a 28% win rate. Yeah, it's not that much. You go up 1%, you still have a 71% losing rate, but you have less draws because of Hurricane. And honestly, Hurricane's a somewhat bigger energy charge move, and having Confusion, Psychic, Hurricane, or even Confusion, Signal Beam, or Bug Buzz, it's just not going to do a lot. And it's already a shiny for the community that you can already catch in the wild, so I don't see any reason why, unless you just love Butterfree, which if you do, all the power to you. But if we're looking at it from a shiny and PvP perspective, Butterfree is definitely not getting a vote in my perspective for this community day. All right, if we move up to Muck now, we're going to look at Alolan Muck and normal Muck. So first, looking at Alolan Muck in the one shield situation, typical moveset, right? Snarl, Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave. This is in the Great League. We see a 67% win rate. Not too bad, right? Alolan Muck is a great safe swap option, does really well against Psychics, does well against Fairies as well. But let's go ahead and give it Fire Punch. So by giving Alolan Muck here Fire Punch, we actually drop in win percentage. That's because its role is being that dark poison typing, having great coverages on pure grass, on fairies, on ghosts and psychics. It doesn't need Fire Punch. Fire Punch is there basically to help against steals, right? Still does super effective against grass type Pokemon, but you already have Sludge Wave for that, and you have Dark Pulse, which is going to be neutral damage and has more wins. Like you can hit Dark Pulse against water, you can hit Dark Pulse against steel, you can hit Dark Pulse against grass, right? And Fire Punch I don't think is needed, and the shiny's already available in game. So the fact that it's losing in terms of win percentage just from Alolan Muck is not looking too good. Now if we take a look at normal Muck here, right? Normal Muck, Poison Jab, Thunder Punch, Dark Pulse. Really solid moveset right there, especially with Azumarill, right? And those Psychic type Pokemon, that Thunder Punch, Poison Jab is really nice, helps out against Flyers. Dark Pulse, a great neutral move against a lot of stuff, helps cover those Psychics and Ghosts. Overall has a 59% win rate on the meta. Now let's go ahead and give it Fire Punch. Now we're going to go one of two ways. We're going to go with, firstly, Double Punch variant. So Thunder Punch, Fire Punch. Similar to Hypno as we see, or maybe the Hitmonchan running coverage right there. So Thunder Punch doing well against Flyers, doing well against Waters, Fire Punch doing well against Steels and Grass, etc. Is going to have a 55% win rate. So you're already dropping 4% in terms of wins, and that's because of how good Dark Pulse is as a move. Now if we were to replace Thunder Punch with Fire Punch, so giving Dark Pulse back, we see that we have a 58% win rate. So still a slight drop, but I think what's really important to note is the fact that if you're running a Muck, you need to be able to handle Skarmory and Azumarill. Those are the two big things in the Great League, which is why you have that Thunder Punch. Poison Jab is going to be resisted by Skarmory, but does super effective to Azumarill, and you have to hit with that Thunder Punch. Otherwise, you're not going to do well against Azumarill because Dark Pulse and Fire Punch will both be resisted because of that Fairy Water typing. So already Fire Punch is looking like a terrible move for both Muck and Alolan Muck, which is not good, given the fact that it's a shiny that's already available and the moveset's going to be bad for PvP because it already has great moves. Definitely not getting a vote. All right, and finally, Porygon-Z. Now, I think where we could potentially see Porygon-Z being so strong is going to be in the Ultra League. Reason being, firstly, it has the fast move of Lock On, which is what Registeel has, everyone. You guys understand how deadly Registeel can be, Lock On and hard-hitting charge moves, right? But the thing is, it's not as bulky as a Registeel. It's definitely more offensive. So what Porygon-Z needs is a shield-baiting move. And like I said, we don't know the stats on Tri-Attack, but if it is a low-energy move, Porygon-Z could be a lot of fun. Reason being, look at its charge move that it has access to. Blizzard, Hyper Beam, Solar Beam, and Zap Cannon. That is a beam level hard-hitting charge moves from every single category, right? ice, normal, grass, and electric. You can hit whatever you need to hit pretty hard. And if Tri Attack is going to be maybe a Body Slam clone, maybe a Mud Shot, or Mud Bomb clone, something low energy, decent hitting, Tri Attack and Porygon-Z with Lock On could be absolutely deadly. Could you imagine if Registeel had Magnet Bomb and Focus Blast? That would be absolutely ridiculous. So, the fact that it has a new shiny, it has the potential for a shield baiting move. And like I said, we don't know yet. We'll find out one day. I'm not sure when. But there's huge potential here. And I want you guys to look at the win rate right here. It's terrible, right? 20%. But that's without a shield baiting move. Maybe if we give it, let's see if we give it a different shield baiting move. So for the sake of research in terms of shield baiting moves and landing hard hitting moves, we have given Porygon-Z Fire Punch right here. This is not what it's getting. Tri Attack is a normal type, but just for what it could look like. It went from, it was 19% before, right? Now with the shield baiting move, it's 61%. And that's not even with the potential damage that Tri Attack could do. That's just with Hyper Beam. Different movesets could cover different metas. We talking about Premier Cup as well. Could be really interesting. So yeah, I think Porygon-Z could be a huge win both for the open community in terms of a new shiny and the PvP community in terms of charge moves, right? Lock On and Tri Attack plus a beam move of whatever typing there you want is going to be fantastic. Also forgot to mention real quick, Porygon-Z's Tri Attack will also have a chance to lower an attack and defense. So yeah, it could be potentially amazing for Porygon-Z with the fast move of Lock On. So overall, I think this is going to be a great community day in terms of September and October, and I think it's honestly going to be Porygon and Charizard. So I'm sorry for those who really want the Fire Punch, for those who want the Hurricane, but looking at the wider community, I think we're going to see a ton of votes for Porygon. We're going to see a ton of votes for Charizard, but in terms of PvP community, so what we're all about here on the channel, this is a win for us as well with Tri Attack and Dragon Breath. I think it's going to be solid. And like I said, Mega Evolutions, we're going to pop them up right here. This is what they look like. Mega Evolutions and that Charizard X having the Dragon typing as well. It could be really, really good. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. What are you guys excited for? Are you guys seeing this as well? Are you guys seeing Porygon and Charizard coming through as the top voted two? Or do you think we're going to get a Butterfree out of nowhere taking #1? Let me know down in the comments. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.